I actually got an Amazon delivery that I ordered 5 days ago. It's a little concerning. All right, baby formula. I can be a little less worried. The studio is quiet. Everybody's gone. No one is at their desks. It's very eerie. We're all hanging out in Discord these days. And yeah. Still a fair number of cars at the street, though it's quieter than usual. A bunch of people still at work down there. A little concerning, but what's the right balance between taking time off of your job and watching out for people's health? It's hard to say. Things are starting to spread, but LA is still bustling. Though it is noticeably quieter, and the air is noticeably clearer. That's probably due to the rain. And I'm just here all alone at Hunter Street. Alright, so here we are. It's day 2 so far. I imagine that this video is going to drop a few days after I record this. It's weird watching the city right now because it's kind of quiet, but not really. Everybody's trying to figure out where that right balance is of how much do you work, do you go to work, do you take time off? I don't know if people are quite taking it as seriously as they need to, though it's been good to see the amount of people that are taking it seriously. I believe we made the right call in sending people home and having people work from home right now. And I hope that other employers and bosses would make the same call. But looking at the street, that's not really what I'm seeing. But it's interesting to see how people's sense of civic duty is coming together here. Some people are into it, other people aren't. But I think it's a bit of a wake-up call for people. It's a good educational moment, you know? Anyways, let me show you a little bit about what I'm doing around here while I deal with my self-quarantine. Hi, Corey. So this is my workstation. This is where I'll be doing all my work for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully just the next 2 weeks and not more than that. So this space used to be the old Corridor Digital offices and the old Freddie W offices, and on the ground you can actually see the spots where everybody used to sit because we didn't have any protective stuff for our chairs. So this big spot here is where Jimmy used to sit in his little L desk. This spot right here is where Freddie used to sit. He had his desk right there, if you look back at his old videos. Then we had tables right here. We had chairs right there at those worn down spots. So like I was like, Sam was there for a while, I was there, and moved over there. Brandon was over here somewhere, probably below the carpet. You can see the fringes of it right there. Yeah, all those worn spots on the floor where we used to have our roller chairs from those years ago when we started the channel. Interesting stuff. Hi. Probably the best part about working from home though is I get to spend more time with my almost 7-month-old daughter Milo, my wife Ivy, who is holding the camera currently, and my 2 cats. You know, they say when it comes to babies that the days are long, but the years are short, so you don't get a whole lot of time with them when they're this size, and it's nice to be home to see her a little bit and watch her grow. So that's nice, the one bright side of everything. I'm also going to be playing a lot of video games.
So we just got some food to go. I've never seen Pasadena so much like a ghost town. Ooh, I hear the ghosts. Oh boy. I get rain on the lens? Yeah, I did. Yeah, so here we are at home, self-quarantine, trying to do work. That's the whole thing. We've all been communicating over Discord, live chat's pretty much on all day, Slack, using that a lot. I've got a new scale video in the works that I'm gonna try producing during this time at home because that's mostly something I can do on my own, so might as well do it. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys have concerns about, you know, this whole COVID-19 business. The best thing you can do is stay home. You know, you hear people talking about flattening the curve, which is just the idea of trying to not overrun the healthcare system. You know, hospitals only have a certain number of beds total, and most of those are already for previous patients. Let's talk to my wife, Jenna. She is a charge nurse at a hospital. She pretty much runs the entire hospital floor she works on. Let's hear what she says about some of this stuff. Jenna, as a healthcare professional, what is your opinion of this whole COVID-19 thing? Is it all overblown? Are people panicking for no reason?
In some ways, but not others, since like people panic buying is unnecessary and it's ruining it for people who really need stuff. Things shutting down, no, it's a good idea.
Is it a good idea that I'm within our 6-foot bubble right now?
I like it.
What are some of the precautions you're starting to take at your hospital?
It's still a work in progress. We're still figuring out what needs to be done because stuff keeps coming out. It's a novel virus for a reason in that we don't know much about it. Managers, supervisors, everyone's staying super long hours just learning about what's changing, what they need to do. We're now having to be more picky about who gets masks. Not everyone who wants one can have one because it's not appropriate and we have to save them from when we need them.
So when exactly is a mask necessary?
If you're sick, so that you don't spread it to other people.
So if you are beginning to show symptoms, but you're not sure it's the coronavirus, what should you do?
Stay home.
So stay home.
Yeah. If it becomes more concerning, you can call your doctor. They can advise you. Don't go to the hospital. You wouldn't normally go to the hospital for a cough. If they do test you, which they might not because there's a limited amount of tests and they'll only test people who are exhibiting symptoms and mostly high risk. There's not like a cure for it. They only treat the symptoms. So if you have a cough, stay home, get rest, drink fluids, get better.
So at what point should someone go to the hospital?
So like if they're experiencing shortness of breath at rest, if you'd go to the hospital for what you're experiencing, go to the hospital.
What if you get sick?
Then in an ideal world you stay home, but it's tough because it's when as a nurse you don't want to call off because you feel bad putting all your other coworkers in the lurch because they're short, but at the same time if you go in sick and you get other people sick and then all the healthcare workers are sick, who's going to take care of the patients or those nurses?
And that's where it becomes even more dangerous because it's like you're going to be a carrier for 10 days without knowing that you're sick. Meanwhile, you're interacting with patients. There's just nothing you can really do about that. Nurses can't self-quarantine just for the sake of self-quarantining. You have to still go to work to take care of the people who are sick. You're in a bit of a tough position here.
Me and how many other people, yeah.
Well, props to all the nurses out there doing your part. Respect beyond belief.
Also grocery store workers, because I felt for you when I went to the store.
For real though.
Awful.
It's a good thing pets can't get corona.
As far as we know.
What's up, Corridor Crew? How you doing? It is day 2 of the quarantine work from home for Corridor. So as you can see, I have my battle workstation set up for working from home and chatting with the guys and doing edits. Possibly more on that later, but today I want to show you a cooking recipe that is perfect for cooking at home for you or your quarantine buddy. That is super easy and doesn't take a lot of ingredients. Theoretically, you could already have these ingredients within your quarantine supply. So let's get into it. 400 degrees. All you really need is an onion, a pack of chicken thighs or any kind of chicken legs, whatever works, and a 1 cup of rice and some chicken broth, and then your side vegetable of choice. I'm gonna do asparagus today, but you can do anything that goes good with chicken and rice. All right, now that your oil is heated, place each piece of chicken skin side down for about 4 minutes. Flip it over for another 4 to 5 minutes. All right, now that both sides are brown, gonna take the chicken out and set it aside. 1 cup of onions, then a 1/2 cup of onions, minced garlic, 2 tablespoons. Alright, once that's going, you have 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of chicken broth, more salt, more pepper, and you want to bring that to a boil. Alright, and once that's boiling, you put your chicken back on top, skin side up. Since that is still boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Put it in our oven. And that's it, pretty much. At about 20 minutes left, I'm gonna cook those vegetables, but other than that, when the timer is up, you should have an all-in-one pot dish, perfect for lunch or dinner for two during this quarantine time. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe out there. Make sure you're washing your hands, being clean. Hopefully I can show you guys a new cooking recipe sometime soon. But for now, let's check in with one of the other guys and see how their quarantine's going.
This is a camera test. Can you hear me? JJ, can they hear you?
Oh, this is Tecton. What it does?
Hey guys, Earl McGregor here, and I thought, well, all the guys are out doing their thing, talking about their quarantine. I thought it would be a nice opportunity to go over all the things that I've prepared for an emergency just like this. Okay, first things first. Make sure you have the right gear on your body, because in any emergency, you gotta be ready for anything. So the first thing that you need is a nice hat. Okay, the next thing that you're gonna need, a Defend America shirt, because you never know what you're gonna have to defend next. A watch. I got a super watch here, it tells time. Next thing, nice sturdy pair of pants. And finally, a pair of boots. Show them your boots. Come on. Okay, he'll get there. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, if you make sure that you have all the right apparel on, is check in with your family. Make sure that they're all safe. Back here we have quarantine daughter, and that's quarantine wife. Hey little man, how you doing?
I'm not.
Okay, once your family is all accounted for, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is check all of your gear, accoutrements, and equipment to make sure that you're ready. First and foremost, check your fridge. Make sure that it's on and plugged in and that it has electrical power. That's very important. Make sure you've got some milk, 2 boxes of cereal. Make sure that you have plenty of books, because if the internet runs out, you're gonna wanna keep your mind sharp, and you also might need to look up some information. Now, I heard that there's information in books, so hopefully the internet won't go out. If it does, you can always just reset the modem. There's one right there. Okay, make sure you've got your firearms ready. Now this here is a BB gun I found lying around my garage, okay? It takes a couple of pumps. Make sure it's on safety, and make sure your finger's not on the trigger unless you're ready to fire. It's gonna be very important that you have one of these in case there's any rats or birds that you don't really want on your property, okay? Boo! All right, last but not least, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have a first aid kit. These are also great because they're portable. You can put them in a backpack, you can put them in a car, and I just happened to find this one lying around the garage. Those are all the things you're gonna need to properly survive a quarantine. If you guys are out at home and you're watching a bunch of these YouTube videos and you're thinking, hey, you know what would be great? A playlist of a bunch of awesome corridor videos and other videos from the corridor universe that I could watch right now here on YouTube. Guess what? There's a link. It's probably up here right now. A quarantine playlist. So if you're at home and you want a bunch of awesome, original, funny corridor videos, go on and check that playlist out. It's definitely in the description below. Y'all be safe. Y'all be sane. We're all gonna get through this. All right, I believe in you.